Hello guys, Belle here. Going to give you a run through on your Discipline Priest PvP talents so that you know what it looks like to be a Disc Priest in Legion with PvP. If you need more information on PvP in Legion, make sure you click the top right hand corner of this video and you will see the link for the Legion PvP breakdown video that I did do. This should help give you all that information that you will need moving forward, as I'm not going to be talking about that in this video. This video is simply just going to be going over the talents so that you know what it looks like. Now, it's important to note that with your talents, you're going to unlock them with the honor levels, and it'll increment. So every couple of honor levels, whatever the setup is there, it'll unlock these talents. You'll actually unlock column by column versus, going in a row, which I do appreciate that, because essentially by the time you're honor level 10, or I think honor level 15, I'm not sure which one it is, you'll actually have unlocked at least one talent in each row so that you can start leveraging that in your PvP battles. Also for this top row, this is going to be your CC break defensives, and this is the same for every class and spec. The same row, the same top row are your choices. So it is nice that you do get to have that, consistency throughout all of your classes if you do multi-class or multi-spec for PvP. Your first one here is going to be our good old standby trinket. This is the Gladiator's Medallion. It's instant on a 2-minute cooldown, removes all movement and pairing effects and all effects which cause loss of control to your character while in PvP combat. You also have adaptation. This is passive. All loss of control effects with the duration of 5 seconds or more will activate the Honorable Medallion spell, but it will only cause it to incur a 60-second cooldown versus 2 minutes. Relentless is going to replace your Honorable Medallion. It is passive. Duration of incoming crowd control effects is reduced by 25%. I want you to know that on my Destruction Warlock, I did go in and test the difference in Relentless to see if this was going to be something viable in PvP. Now, although I do believe in arenas you need to have your trinket, the reason you need to have your trinket, which those of you that do arenas know, you have to be able to control when it's used because it's important. It could actually make or break whether or not you win or lose a match. However, for Relentless, what I did find is for Battlegrounds and RBGs, when I tested this in RBGs, because I play Destruction, I am a class that's widely CC'd because they do try to shut my Chaos Bolts and my Fears down. So I did feel like I was in CC less using Relentless, and I actually did like it over having the trinket that I only get every 2 minutes. This is constant because it reduces the duration of all incoming crowd control. So I did appreciate that, and I do feel like this is going to be something that's going to be viable. And the reason I wanted to point it out is because us as PvPers, we're so we're so into our little routine that the trinket is just logically, when we're clicking it, it'll be the natural selection. But I wanted to give you guys another option for RBGs and Battlegrounds, as I found this one to be better, in my opinion. It's just my opinion, doesn't mean it's law. It is subjective to your style of gameplay. For your next row here, you do have Defender of the Week. This is passive. After healing a target below 50% health, you gain 20% haste for 5 seconds. Vim and Vigor, this is a passive ability. While you are at or above 80% health, your healing is increased by 20%. Inner Renewal, this is passive. Casting effective heals on yourself directly will refund 50% of the spell's mana cost. For your third row here, you have Purification. This is passive. Purify now has a maximum of 2 charges. For your Spiritual Cleansing, Purify no longer has a cooldown, but only dispels 1 magic and 1 disease effect. This is also passive. Your Purified Resolve, this is passive. Removing harmful effects with Purify will apply Purified Resolve to the target, granting an absorption shield equal to 8% of their maximum health. This does last 8 seconds. Searing Light, this is passive. When you deal damage with Smite, the cooldown for your penance is reduced by 1 second and increases the damage done by your smite by 30%. Your Premonition, this is instant on a small 12-second cooldown, heals nearby targets within 20 yards for 62k and applies atonement to yourself. Deals 40k shadow damage to yourself for each atonement you have active. Now for Solemn Prayers, this is also passive. This does reduce the duration of incoming silence and interrupt by effects by 25%. I think that combined with your Relentless as a healer is going to be gold in Battlegrounds. Strength of Soul, this is passive. Your Power Word Shield reduces all physical damage taken by 30% while the shield persists. Renewed Hope, this is passive. Power Word Shield and Power Word Barrier also heals the target affected. Heals targets affected for 41k. Dome of Light, this is passive. Power Word Barrier reduces damage taken by an additional 25%, and the cooldown of Power Word Barrier is reduced by 60 seconds. Power Word Fortitude, this is an instant ability. It infuses the target with vitality, increasing maximum health by 15% for 1 hour. This can be on up to a maximum of 2 targets. Your Archangel, this is instant. It's on a 1-minute cooldown. Refreshes the duration of your atonement on all allies when cast. Increases your healing and absorption effects by 30% for 15 seconds. And your Dark Archangel, this is instant. It's also on a 1-minute cooldown. Increases your damage and the damage of all allies within your atonement for 15% for 8 seconds. So that's going to be your PvP talent breakdown. Give you something to look forward to, so you guys can start the wheels turning on what you may or may not like to do. Keep in mind, this is beta. Everything is subject to change. If you have any questions, feel free to comment on the video. If you're new to PWNCAST, please make sure you do subscribe so you can stay up to date on all your Legion coverage, including future PvE and PvP guides once Legion is live. I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.